getting better. You couldn't ask for a better half than this to be on. But it's all going to start with a pistol round. Early nades coming out from that T side. That's going to land in towards the CT on A. And they look set to split this side. Deco, though, has other ideas.
That was a very nice shot. Very well timed indeed from him there. 5-on-4 straight out of the gate, and they've not even seen anyone. So that certainly paints a bit of a dire picture. However, with, of course, the wall of Temple being closed off, very easy to get that bomb down with just the one smoke in at CT. So let's see how this goes then. They do indeed have a kit available. So many CTs coming in all at once here. This is about to be a bloodbath. Player on the bomb, tapping away, see what's up. Crad out in towards A main. Got to try and get this player off the bomb. Elian's the one to do it, but now he has to get through quite a few more. Another attempt to the defuse, and they've got him so deep in Donut, it just doesn't matter. One win with a clean pistol.
Well played by them. The only scary part now with the changes is that moment you come out of Temple, isn't it? Because it's such a small choke point. You can't, spring from both directions and take good duels. So a really nice flash over the top. They group up, they go out together, and they make it look like old ancients with that retake. So good stuff from them. Entropiq, though, decide we'll up the ante. Guns in play, and we want to reset them immediately.
Straight through the smoke and into the flamey. He will find himself a double. Big trade back from Crad there, thanks to the Molotov. But now where do they go? They've sandbagged. They've been stopped. And the crunch coming in from the rest of the CT side. Glowing going to take some tags. Look how low they are on that T end as well. Not the best of starts.
Olipop as well. Look at this. This is the round ender. Oh, he doesn't get overzealous. It should be okay. Maybe could have gone down there. He finds the kills. Communicates to his teammates, and these two players being low. Think should be easy work. So 1 win on the board now, up to 2. Eco has to come in from Entropiq, and it is massively early days here, but they look like they're communicating well. They look like they're composed, and this is a much more promising start versus Dust 2.
Always got to be the comms coming into it, you know what I mean? Like, just stay relaxed. We've got that CT side, guys. We know what we're capable of, and at least make them work for this second map, and I think it certainly will be the case. I don't think we'll see ourselves another super one-sided affair. In this round, certainly slim chances. Big nade and a big kill in towards mid. So it's looking very good indeed. They'll try and find Glowing on the backside. They will do so. Shutting him down. Only an MP9 taken away. Another player pushing in mid here. Really not banking on this at all as you see Elian fly around the corner with his knife out trying to upgrade that pistol. So Deco gets the info as well as another kill.
Another frag here would be amazing. Nickelback. Close up on A. He's hoping a player pushes in, getting overzealous, but it's not going to happen. Olipop playing back, playing composed, and that's an easy kill. To keep these numbers alive, 1 win, that's great for the economy. Indeed, they do. 4 on the board, money in the bank, and perfect start for them. So Entropiq, for the first time in this series, they've actually got a bit of a tall order. They need to show us something, and yeah, Entropiq backs up against the wall for the first time in a couple hours here.
Yeah, feels like it, right? So we'll see moving into this buy round. All power for Elian very quickly. What is the game plan? Some mid presence and no real pressure. 3 players in at mid early on for 1 win. So they kind of know what they're expecting. Nickelback going to eat some nades. Here's Glowing pretty quick. Got to be wary of his back, especially as he starts this spam. They're not going to overcommit. Really knowing the situation that Entropiq find themselves in early on with these low HP bars. Oh, it's certainly a tough one. Crad nearly gets a catch. Gives his position away, and he's thinking about it. He's really thinking about it here, waiting for a flash. He clears out a couple of angles. There is no flash available in the smoke. Surely, you would say, going to keep him back, but they weren't ready for him. Beautiful stuff. Big 2K. He's going through the fire as he looks to catch Deco with nades in hand as well. Not going to happen. But God almighty, this B bomb site is under pressure.
Rotator in, though. Bomb yet to be committed. Deco's playing in the cave. They have an off angle, and as we can see on the minimap, fortunately for Entropiq's sake, it seems to have had a little bit of a rethink. Smoke goes on the long side. As they're just starting to string this round out. They're letting Glowing go back before they make a move. Problem is, if Nickelback goes down, Cave's in the hands of Deco, so might be a man to the lesser, but this is such a strong position now to play as we go into the after plant.
No kits. Didn't clock whether one was dropped, but I don't think so. Deco clearing, getting some info, but really, really hard to break in. Not quite sure whether Elian's pushed in. He's now just spotted the player in at snipers. Looking good. 3-on-2, and it looks to be a save here, Alan. Even that might be a challenge. Smoke goes down, and Mir is looking to track. Of course, no boxers in the way. And Mir looking for his perfect timing. Gets one. Doesn't quite get two. Ooh, but his partner will. Beautiful stuff. Entropiq on the board.
Crad, what a monster. 2 mega entries. Sees the smoke goes down and knows he's got a little bit of a timing. Swings through and then tanks the flames to try and gain even more space as he goes on towards the site. So, Crad the hero in that one. The slightly scary part is, economy super limited for Entropiq, only giving 2 players alive. I need more round wins and more success where it came from in the last one. So, Crad, if you've got any more magic, let's keep it rolling.
Mac 10 taken low. A 3-man cave push? Oh, okay. 2-man. Mac 10 plus AWP. Will it equal success? Elian just holding, gives his position away a little bit there, so obviously going to dip off of that. Not found an awful lot here, Entropiq. I think 1 win a bit more turtley this round.
Such a heavy B round. There's been almost no pressure on mid or A, and as we can see, 1 win. They're taking full advantage. Glowing's up close. There's no box here, so it makes it a little bit more risky to jump up. The timing, though, is perfect. Frag onto Forrester, dinks up Elian. Nade finishes off the job, and how on earth does he get the 3rd? Glowing, what a monster in this round.
Yeah. We'll really see the effects of the removal of that box, but I don't think, you know, certain scenarios it might benefit the T side, but right there, as you see, you kind of have to constantly be aware of it when you're outside of B there on the T end of things, so I really don't know whether it's in fact going to affect the CT-sidedness of mid. A feels like it's maybe been sorted, in a way, to get the bomb down, right? That's what a lot of teams were complaining about. This mid change, I don't know, man. I think it's going to be more CT-sided than people think.
Brad, good frag on B. And look at all this attention he's pulling. Look at the mini-map. Lollipop, a anchor, left on location, but outside of him, 1 winner overreacting to this B side of the map. So, macro-wise, Entropiq, they're forcing the best possible situation right now.
Oh, Lollipop's kind of moved away. Very far away. All about timing on this, but the A-bomb site, at least for now, is a lot more vulnerable than one might think. He moves back in. He's going to pry. Doesn't overextend. It's glowing in at CT. Flash comes around. Lollipop somewhat panicking. Bomb going to be spilled, though, and Lollipop in for 2. Glowing helping out here. Crad still holding the backside, and it all crumbles. Superior weaponry, just a bit too strong for Entropiq.
Yeah, and it's also a case of, as much as the change kind of makes that plant safe towards Temple, it doesn't towards Donut. The player's still in Donut, you're not getting the bomb down easily on this site, so that's where Lollipop was playing. Well positioned, and I'm getting deja vu here. Entropiq T-side, their map pick, looking very flat, struggling to find frags or any openings. This buy is going to take all the coffers out, and they need to start doing some damage because, albeit the T-side of Ancient, they still need to be getting at least 5 rounds.
Mir's still going to commit. He ate the nades and threw down a smoke, so they knew he was there, absolutely. Flash was there for him, but just not healthy enough to really go for it, to be honest, Alan. And, yeah, a very early opener coming in for 1 win.
Yet again, forced into this B take. Nickelback, only man with nades. They're letting Elian walk up first. Smoke comes in on long. Flamey, laying off the contact of his teammate. Swings through the smoke. Clean frag. Player jumping in behind him, actually. That's Nickelback. Slit the net. Finds 1 kill. Towards these seeds, he's going to a little bit of disarray. Gets a second, but despite all the carnage, 1 win hold on. They're up to 6, and without a bomb plant, Entropiq, they can't buy again.
Getting troublesome. We are indeed in a second are going to get a timeout, I do believe, from the Entropiq side of things. So yeah, it's getting out of hand ever so slightly. Again, you know, we have watched many games of Counter-Strike, Alan and I, and you can just feel, although we're only 7 rounds in, there's still potential to get 5-6 rounds on the T side. Yes, but the nature of it, if we had a few close clutches, a few silly mistakes even, you could say, right, these are things that could be sorted. These are things in future that could go your way. But really not an awful lot of anything from Entropiq. So 1 win are not having to stretch themselves too thin or sweat too much or do anything difficult or crazy to win these rounds out. And that's not a good look for the Entropiq camp.
Was the fear, though, coming into the series? They played such a long best of 3 earlier up against Big. Grueling. This is their 5th map of the day, and those are in reasonably close succession at that. And we said on Dust 2, it was a clean victory, extremely dominant. The individuals were looking good, but we could still see the cracks, and those cracks have been made ever wider here on this first half of Ancient. Early trades, but Entropiq, damage would be good, but we need to see some round wins.
Yeah, absolutely. This, at the very least, has to come quite close for me to make the next one a bank breaker. If not be won, gifted an early frag, gifted some early damage. Lost out. It's a nice play from Deco. I would imagine he was holding it close to begin with and then pushed in as they made themselves known on middle. It's part of the problem with Ancient for the T side is that most of the pushing that you do comes in large groups. Very, very hard to feign presence on the other side of the map. Mir going to go down in mid. Looking better and better for 1 win. A safe hold here on B. Might have to concede the bomb plant. The smokes come through. Spam almost takes down Forrester. How is he alive? The crosshair of Travis flicked across. Couldn't find it. Flamey actually going to drop the bomb planter. It's Lollipop to do it. Still a bit more time on these smokes, but not going to be easy for Crad. They are encroaching in, pushing in, and he can't get the fight. So passive hold kind of works out. Again, you know, they've given a bit more cover onto that B pillar, but still spammable in at the sides. Still not super safe. 1 win, not even going to concede the bomb plant. Brilliant stuff.
Yeah, and that was the thing about that pillar plant is that, yes, it's technically always was a safe plant, but you can't move. And if you're even a few pixels out, you can get shot from the long side. And what we saw there is they may have added these boxes, but they're so spammable, man. It's still difficult to get the bomb down in a good scenario. And that made that after plant all the more difficult. AK's out here for Entropiq. Lots of utility put down early, but actually not so much map control. So they're going to have to be frugal from here onwards and more contact plays to get more of this map.
So this is the round that they took the timeout for, folks, right? You pistol round, you have a bit of an idea, and, you know, nearly kind of paid off in a sense. This is the round that they waited for. And patience may well be the name of the game. Travis walks into their crosshair, loving her face in towards mid, and getting those timing picks are the CT side right now. So that has been at least thwarted in this round for Entropiq. Can they win the round off the back of it, though? That is the real question. 1 player in at B on that left-hand side. Hidden away. Certainly can spam the smokes. Meanwhile, rotation coming in quickly from Lollipop here. Oh. Failed flash. Not actually smoking the left-hand side. Glowing going to find Crab. Spam for Glowing. Nearly gets another. It forces him out. Lollipop now strikes and finds 2. Elian not ready with his AWP. And it's just Mir. He's too far away on that lurk. That's a pretty well done retake, to be honest with you. Entropiq looked like they were in with a decent chance. And then everyone just falls over.
This is way beyond out of control. Deco 9-1. And I see no reason to not believe it, but looking at the graphic here, 16-1 for Lollipop.
Wow.
A anchor. Hasn't even
Wow.
been that many A rounds. They've all been B retakes. So that is troublesome, to put it lightly. I think I imagine some more swear words are being traded in this timeout from Entropiq about how this has gone so far. This is polar opposite to map 1. What has happened here to Entropiq?
Yeah, and this is what we were talking about, right? Keeping it going for the entire series after such a long day can be very, very difficult, man. Very difficult indeed. So, credit to them so far. But yeah, you get into a position where it's like, maybe it wasn't going to be as difficult or as energy heavy as we first thought. When actually, it is. And it's not the deepest Counter-Strike from 1win. They're playing relatively simple. Getting in their face sometimes, but even in these recent rounds, they really just turned that off. And making it hard for Entropiq to find any sort of a break in. Flamey will dry peek and get demolished. So again, Entropiq have found themselves an early opener. They did get this in the previous rifle round, couldn't convert it. This time you absolutely have to, otherwise we have serious problems. Dink lands, Travis unlucky not to find the kill. Deco going to go bouncing in, will indeed take down Crab, but still a 4-on-3.
Smoke coming in, where's that going to land? That's Mir doing the endpoint smokes, I'll have you know.
Oh.
Deep mid. Flash comes out. Mir swings. Decapitates glowing. Mid pressure laid down, and we see what that's doing to the rotates. Deco's saying, I'm not sure where to look here. Could be A, could be B, could be mid. Too many positions to cover. Most going to force him out, and barring a disaster, Entropiq looks set for 2.
Mir with the craziest spot you've ever seen. Lollipop on that high sense will kind of keck his pants and have a spin around. Deco just looking to survive now. They have plenty of money to work with, but it would be great to take an AWP out of this one. Mir struggled on the lurk in some of these rounds, but that round is very, very well played, and maybe indeed something that they talked about a little more. There's the idea of the lurk, there's the threat of the lurk, and then there's the execution of the lurk. And I think in that round it all comes together very nicely.
Looking good. Much improved. A long way to go here. Early B doors smoke from 1win. Free aggressively on this side of the map. They're definitely going to look to take this one. Molly's landing. HE's on the right-hand side. Bit of a counter lurk smoke comes out. But 1win are going to have that control. The only question is, Scriv, can Entropiq react? If they can get out and onto A, there's not a lot of people here in defense.
What is the game plan? Entropiq pushed way back into a very deep default here. Proving incredibly difficult to get aggressive on this T side. Looks like they're going to try and move towards B. This is deadly. You've got 1 up close. 2 in some pretty hard to flash positions, especially Travis. However, with 50 seconds left, they've decided to pull away. They will push through the molly, and Travis has no idea. Entropiq, maybe a bit of luck on their side, but it is so far working out. Glowing, blinded up, needs to be dealt with. Finds one, trade is there, but not before he finds another. Lollipop, meanwhile, with these removed boxes, going to try and get a catch. He just cannot find the timing. That's so unlucky. 3-on-1, 25 seconds. Deco in mid. And they're going to throw a quick lurk in for Nickelback, try and fake it out, try and draw him away from B before they commit that bomb. Nickelback will even catch him for good measure. 3rd round for Entropiq, 2 in a row.
Slowly starting to grind themselves a little bit back into this T side. Very flat start. Timeout comes in as 1win. They need to discuss this buy. A couple of guns are going to get thrown around. No AWP in the hands of Deco. Of course, is for many the biggest weapon on this team. And they need to have a little bit of a discussion, because if you take this half 11-4, maybe even 10-5, it's clean. You're looking good going into the second. If you let Entropiq sneak up to 6-7 rounds, you have blown a huge opportunity to take an enormous lead. And that's what they're discussing right here. What's been going wrong? How can we open up these rounds a little bit better?
Yeah, I think just grounding yourself again, right? A bit more patience. They are individually given the chance. The better team on, I'd say maybe 7 out of 10 of the engagements. But they've just not quite been handing themselves those favorable engagements, right? They've been swaying the odds back in favor of one win. So what is the change-up from the CT side? Now, as I kind of mentioned, this whole new area allows them to bolster the B defense without even being on B. You can see 3 players really, really close to the action, as well as Flamey at the back of the site. So B is looking very, very scary right now. Glowing. Wanting it. Go back. Nade out. Has to try and get away. It's Elian watching him, though, of course. That was maybe part of the bait play, and we've got a player trapped in Jag, as it is. Smaller Jag, by the way. Not as much room to work with. Quick trade for Elian there. And now a 4-on-3.
Shows the power, doesn't it? With these changes, leave the AWP posted up. He's going to get so many good fights. Extremely difficult if you're the CT to face or jump up. And Elian punishes 2 early frags for him. Mid nades coming in. That's a re-smoke on towards window. And then Entropiq are collapsing towards this A split. And of course, with the changes to Temple, it becomes a lot easier to get out and onto this bomb site, especially when you have this donut control.
Lollipop committing now through this smoke. Will manage to find one. Again, traded by Elian. They are using the AWP brilliantly in this round. Into a 2-on-2, though, with a quick kill from Deco. Bomb goes down. And now let's see a situation like this with no opening in towards Temple to gather that info. Elian's only got one side to hold. His trigger discipline is perfect, and his repeak is even better. 4th round for Entropiq. They have found the groove. An ace from Elian on the AWP, indeed, to hammer home that they are certainly not checking out of this map just yet.
Yeah, they needed a player to rise to the kind of the challenge, seize the gauntlet. And now it's one win. We're looking at them and saying your economy is broken. Half buy at best coming into here. And even their buy in the following is not going to be quite perfect. Entropiq, it's been a long road. Finally got their opponents on pistols. Nickelback as well, granting them an entry, and this is looking a lot better than it did 10 minutes ago.
Nice find from Flamey. Any more for any more here across the map, though. Forrester will take out Lollipop. That's deep in A, I believe. So, yeah, pretty big kill. Leaves A super vulnerable. Smoke goes down at CT, and you'd assume they should be able to convert the round from here. Echo. Nearly. Not quite in for him, though. 4-on-2. Oh, I'm going to go down in just a sec. And might even be an argument to just kind of hold the armor for glowing, especially.
He chooses to do. Also, given how close we are to the end of the half, removing guns, if you can't recover them yourself, is not so important. Glowing is going to play in towards this CT smoke in the hopes of collecting a straggler aside from the pack. It's not going to happen. Entropiq make it up to 5. We would consider maybe even the standard, I guess, on Ancient if you're not collecting pistol, that's for sure. And given the way this half is turned around, you would gamble on Entropiq making it beyond 5 here.
Maybe. Maybe. We'll see. 1 win. Time to put a pin in it. 5 is, you know, the scoreline that Entropiq want to get to. It's also the scoreline that you kind of need to stop them at if you're 1 win. Couple rounds left to play. You've secured the half victory, I guess. But, yeah, Ancient, it needs at least 9, I would say, if not 10 from your CT end. If they can't get this one, then the next one looks very unlikely, right? So, important round. Very, very important round. As they have all been, it feels like. Especially the past kind of 6 or 7. More so for the T side, though. It's been them playing catch-up. 1 win now. Have lost control, it feels like.
Very, very slow default coming out from Entropiq. Boosting the mid-smoke. Of course, given the boxes changes, you can see a long way through now, all the way to that Jaguar exit. Helps the T side take this map control, but you can feel the tension rising. So slow and composed here from Entropiq as they're not looking to have any gaps. They've tightened up so much script in the last few rounds. The start of this half was sloppy. It was aggressive. It was individuals trying to make plays versus the team being cohesive and functioning together. And they have changed completely their style as we got into the later stage of this half.
Really, really commendable stuff, right? You have to say that for them at the very least. Off angle for glowing, and he just doesn't have his crosshair in the right place. He's going to find them both. Certainly not the case here, is it, towards the end? Sloppiness out the window. He will be traded eventually, but just goes so deep. Drawing rotations. It's info gained. There is a bit of a... Ooh, okay, Flamey. I was going to say there's a bit of a mind game to be played in the sense that if you catch Mir, you probably know that the team is not necessarily with him. Or risky peek for Forrester. Felt like you got to do something, but his teammate low. And now, of course, left down to just 2. Bomb plant. Struggle, spam. Doesn't find him, thank God. Elian getting aggressive. Take out Deco. 2-on-2 now. Oh, 1-on-1. Low HP. Flamey through it, and he finds his head. 3 HP for Flamey. The luckiest son of a gun alive, but they will get that all-important ninth.
I was certain he was going to burn there at the end. That was millimeters from having his feet toasted and the frag given away. Oh, it's getting difficult here for Entropiq. He found 2 entries, but he made a mistake. He should have slowed down. He went in towards A before his teammates were ready to commit onto B. It's the tiniest error. He'd done so much work, but that's what it's coming down to at the moment. Entropiq, 5% more, and this would be a clean win. They'd be well in the lead, but they just can't connect at the moment. Something isn't clicking, and right now it's looking like one wins map to lose.
Travis, a little late to it, but he will get the flick across onto Crad. 5-on-3 then, so yeah, not looking good at all for Entropiq, and you can see as quickly as they were able to build it up, the sloppiness has kind of returned. Mir on a late peak, fearing the fight, and well, glowing makes mincemeat out of them here. Flamey going to find the final one, 10-5 at the turn of the half. One win, recover it back ever so slightly. Really, really clean stuff there, of course, from the one-win side. We'll see how it concludes after the break.
You love it, you wear it. What's your style? Get your merch at shop.eslgaming.com.
Welcome back. One day they'll give us a consistent break, folks, here on the B stream, but today is not that day. We got a bit of a break, didn't we? But not the full-on 3 minutes, as it can be sometimes at the turn of the half. Maybe Entropiq needed it, to be quite honest with you. They are indeed into the CT side. Pistol very important, as it so often is, but this one feels pretty big. Forrester with the off angle. Oh. Info is here. Glowing, gonna go checking, loses his head, and of course it's so much information for them to work with. There's no double-pronged attack now. It's all through donuts. Deco with one, and he takes the head of another. Close kills, but these Glocks betraying a little bit, and it will indeed be the clean finish. 4 alive for Entropiq. Lots of nices across the team speak, I'm sure. That is a fantastic start.
Yeah, that initial duel in the A tunnels. If Forrester dies, that's round over. You lose all the crossfires, you lose all potential to get out of Temple or over towards CT. So he played it perfectly. Got the first. Thought about fighting a bit, but ultimately didn't reface. And in terms of this map going the distance, that looks like a high likelihood at the moment. 1 win, full eco. Entropiq should be a comfortable way to 7 with some money in the bank. And yeah, for nothing else, Scriv, it's nice to have a more competitive map on our hands than Dust 2.
Indeed, very true. P250 for Lollipop, see what it can get done. However, the rest of the pistol's not really going to do much of anything. Okay. No one getting a single kill there. I mean, didn't really invest too much. Maybe want a small return on it. Not going to happen. By coming in nice and early for 1 win, this has to have impact.
Indeed, indeed. 1 MP9, 1 FAMAS on towards Elian. See where they choose to play it. 2 in mid, 3 on B at the start. Maybe they want to take some B control. Lots of numbers in the area. Some utility is down. Couple of Molotovs. Left-hand side. Nickelback's actually going to block this catwalk position. Considers the spam. And it just feels like a matter of time until these players clash. They are so close to each other.
Travis just waiting, biding his time, not taking a single bullet here, which is indeed pretty decent. Nade will land, and that might give the info away that they need. They'll drop back. Very slow here from 1 win. Fighting towards cave as our first bit of true action doesn't really happen. No kills coming through. Nickelback just spotting, going to get this smoke down in just a sec. Oh, whoa. A little risky to keep peeking in, but, you know, he just wanted to make sure. Either way, back down to a standstill.
Good control here for 1 win. And look at Entropiq. This is ballsy aggression, to put it lightly. These duels are really tough to win as the CT side. They find 1, but I fear that Nickelback might be overstaying his welcome. Indeed gets traded, and Crad is low. Just an MP9. He's trying to take fights. Lollipop, in the meantime, is clearing out mid, and that felt like absolute dominoes for Entropiq. 2 remaining on the bomb site. Might only be 20 seconds, but this is going to take absolute heroics from Forrester. Tucked in Ninja. Collects the first. Swiftly traded. Elian can't do anything, and Entropiq, they needed early gun rounds here, and despite the amount of advantage, they couldn't make that work.
It's frustrating, isn't it? Because, you know, we can see it. Obviously, you maybe don't expect the player to be as close as he was, but keep it simple in that early round, surely, right? Like, get the first kill, get out. Might be tough to get out, player up close, but at the very least, you kind of know you've done the right thing. Instead, what happens is you've got 2 players split up, 1's left low, and it seems like a miscom, maybe. That Crad's like, okay, we get the kill, and I'm going to get out. Whereas Nickelback's like, okay, we get the kill, and there's 2 of us here, so let's stick around. Fast day coming in for 1 win, though. Buyback from Entropiq. Another chance to keep it going. Above the smoke, I believe we have a player in the form of Mir. He can't spot anything just yet, and it's about to go down. There's a lot of bodies from the CT side in on the site. Players towards Temple. Elian's going to take out Lollipop. Flank is everything. Blamey wins out his fight. Glowing wins his. Elian kind of keeping them alive, but Glowing with the kill. Going to get the rotations in. Maybe a cut-off here for Nickelback if he plays his cards right. Oh, God. Yeah, he's in pretty fast, actually. Smoke going to go down. That stops the bomb. This is very weird. Nickelback's on his own, unfortunately. Blowing to try and catch him. Oh, and there it is. Nickelback able to strike for 2. Massive round for Nickelback on the timing. They've got the bomb. They've got the info. Hard work required for Deco. He's 14-9. So maybe he's capable.
Crossfire, though, is so strong. The moment Elian takes contact, swings from the cubby, does Forrester, hits the headshot, and that was so close. I don't know how Nickelback got that second kill. Maybe OneWin should have played it a little bit more slower and composed. But this is really on a knife edge now. Money on the brink. Just the hero AK. Entropiq rolling themselves back into this map.
Early utility pretty sound here. Going to get some out from OneWin as well. That kind of cost them glowing with a clean kill onto Nickelback. Massive round in the previous, but not here in this one. And that is not the way you wanted to start it. Maybe not expecting an AK to be in play. Forrester cannot die. And he does so much bloody damage, but he will not find a single kill there. Mir on the trade. Mir with the nade, sorry. Will indeed get it. Finds another head. And, well, Mir's doing the work. Standing strong on the CT side. He's always been a powerhouse on this CT end, but the 4K bails them out, at least for now. Deco's made it a bit weird with the kill over at B.
At least you just need to play together, don't they? There's no point getting complicated here and trying to be super smart. Take the information and then work as a team. And that was not playing together. Mere ace required now. This is... it should never have been this difficult up against the Pistols.
Hooch is surely head in hands after some of these rounds. And Mir's going to have to play out a full-on 1v1. No chance of a... Oh. Of a catch or anything of the sort. Okay. Deco's doubting it. Surely it's a bit too quiet here. Mir's guessed wrong. So yeah, probably a full-on charging in. Making a lot of noise. Kind of making it easier for Deco 1v1. They're both low. And MP9 gets bullets out fast. You know, positional advantage as well that Deco might be able to find himself. Really is doable. Opting to just play the bomb. Smoking a kit, of course, available, but, you know, you see Mir, he's actually opting to take it slow, clear all the angles. And Deco is hidden away. Very low time here from Mir. Smoke going to go down. He's just going to get caught in the back. Surely the hard peek not coming in. The MP9 spam. Do not tell me it ends like this. Okay, Deco going to get it. And there's just no time to really do anything else. He won't even go down with the bomb. So, OneWin, up to 12. Absolute murder in that round. How have they done that? You know, Entropiq, like... Oh, I cannot imagine being sat behind these screens right now.
That is, what can you say other than just soul destroying? That was the freebie. That was the easiest round they've faced for ages, and too many mistakes for Entropiq. I called it in the 2v1. Why take any risk? How is he going to win a 1-on-2 with an MP9 if you just play together? And that was a masterclass from Entropiq in how not to have great team play. This is everything we feared at times on Dust 2, and it's kind of transpiring. Entropiq look fatigued, they look flustered, and it looks like a third map is soon to follow. Another opening pick for Lollipop. Smoke's isolating out these rotators trying to come in. The A-bomb side changes making it a little bit easier, and OneWin they are capitalizing on those changes.
Low HP for Lollipop, he will indeed fall. Next one's got to be Flamey, but he's a bit more work. In fact, manages to survive, so yeah, not a chance in hell. 13 on for OneWin. Eco out for Entropiq. Probably need a good 5 or 6 in a row before dropping another round. Definitely not out of the question for CT Ancient, but looking at how they've been playing, maybe out of the question for Entropiq's CT Ancient.
The tricky part is, because this is such a heavy eco, how many buys are OneWin going to get in the following as long as they don't drop the ball? That's the issue here from Entropiq. It's not that you've just got to win rounds, that you've got to win relentless gun round after gun round after gun round. Executing in, though, there's a lot of players here in defense. The crossfires, oh no, starting to do work. Elian 3K on a USP? Not like this, Scriv. One win can't drop the ball in this scenario.
Yeah, Overface glowing thankfully will save the round. Again, there's maybe even argument, you know, you've got the bomb, let's just slow down on that Entropiq side, try and drop back and, you know, cover the extremities, crossfire in caves, something like that. But, I mean, when it's as chaotic as that, it's kind of fair. I think it's just me looking at it at the perspective of a 13-8 going into a 14-8 scoreline. How do you even make that kind of mid-round call to just slow down and realize what's going on? Still, like you said, damage is pretty massive, and it's certainly going to be a factor here on the comeback train if they can even get it going. Forrester falls first. And a 5-on-4 ensues.
Need some magic here. Need some magic from an Entropiq player, and Mir seeks the duel from Donut. I'll win that fight. And this is starting to crumble. 3-on-5, Crad says, it's my turn. I've got to take some fights. The flash is good, but the player's up close and in front of it. That's Flamey. And this is all going in the hands of one win right now. They are primed to send us to a third map.
Not a single kill so far, and it looks like probably not a single one going to come in. Clean spray down from Lollipop in fairness, and I would expect it. 24-12. Lovely stuff from the new addition. Whether he's here to stay, it's difficult to say, because we don't get as much info out of some of these tier 2 teams as we'd like, but all the same, game should be cleaned up. Maybe not in this round, maybe not in the next, but sometime soon.
Alrighty. Forced by, of course, Entropiq. No alternatives up against map points. Fairly default spread. They haven't chosen to get so aggressive. But I just fear here, Scriv, if you're just playing standard with this weaponry, and the way one win have been playing individually in the last few rounds, it's just a recipe for disaster. Entropiq, they look down and out, and I can't see that changing here. It's going to take a miracle.
No frags yet. A minute in, thereabouts. So that's something. One win clearly have a plan in store. Looking to group up towards B and give it their best shot. Mir will take down Lollipop. Pretty big name to be taken at this late stage of the round. And they are seemingly ready for the B hit here. 3 players. Ready to go. Smoke's coming in. They've got a nice little anti-smoke of their own there. Gives them some sneaky room to work with. Nade doesn't quite land. Flashes are looking good at keeping them back, though. 30 seconds. Volley on the site. Not bad at all. Travis with a ridiculous shot through the smoke, though, is something you can't account for. There is a flank coming in from Forrester relatively quickly here. One plant attempt will come in. Looks like he's pretty good. Does take a tag. And a bit more of one. 4-on-4. No kit available, no utility available. Again, it kind of all comes down to Forrester on the flank. Flashes round. They do have all the attention at the moment. Forrester will give his position away, though. And now they have to start crunching. MP9 and the FAMAS working in tandem. Looks like they will survive a little while longer. 4-on-2. Flash into cave is good. However, they're playing a beautiful crossfire here. Yes, that's just going to mow them all down. Flamey with 3. Forrester can't get it done. And Flamey gets the quickest 4K we've seen all